I went to a drag show.
Did you?
I did.
How
and
was
a
it?
rooftop movie. I went to go see Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. The Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes, John Leguizamo drag movie.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh,
I always meant to watch it.
You'll hate it. You'll
Why?
hate it. Because you hate everything I like.
I love those actors.
Oh, Wesley Snipes is amazing. And John Leguizamo is on a whole nother level. Sorry. But I have gay tendencies.
Yeah, apparently I've got something. So, have we talked about Baby Reindeer on the show? Has that happened?
No, I haven't watched it.
Holy shit.
Dude, but I have, in my defense, I have listened to 2 audiobooks and completed 2 games, so give me a fucking break.
All right, the trans individual in the show.
Fuck.
All right.
We're unraveling this now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well,
I mean, like
congratulations for figuring that out about yourself.
I've said for a long time, like I saw some trans porn back in the day that surprised me. I didn't realize it was a dude, you know. So
surprise.
Here's a dick. Yeah. Right?
You'll be reading descriptions before you click on porn?
Not usually, no.
Oh, okay. All right, well.
I look at the girls.
That's what you get. That's what you get
me?
for not reading the descriptions.
I look at the girls. I don't give a shit about the story. But the trans individual in Baby Reindeer is immaculately gorgeous.
Okay. Good for you.
And whew, you need an intro, don't you?
I do.
There
I
you
do.
go.
We're unraveling. I feel like I'm in therapy with you.
No, I don't need therapy.
No, I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying I feel like you addressed something vulnerable.
I'm just trying to be open about it to reduce stigma.
Good. I'm proud of you for that. I'm not being a dick, I swear.
Okay.
I'm a very supportive person.
I'm sure the No Doubt and Sublime fans are loving this
introductory
conversation.
Sorry. Well, welcome back to Rated Radio with your hosts, Lexi Ray and S Dub. If you're here to not talk about trans people, you apparently came to the wrong podcast. But I'm kidding. We're going to be moving on to music. We're about to rate something the kids are listening to these days. But before we get into the artist matchup you came for, basically, let us know how we're making your day a little less dull. With that, Shane, what Billboard hit were we dumb enough to listen to this month?
Billboard hit you chose was Too Sweet by Hozier.
Yeah, more Hozier.
What'd you think?
With this being Hozier's first ever #1, he comes steamrolling out the gate with this soulful and sexy track that is a perfect balance of sweet and sultry. 5 stars.
To say the blasphemous thing out loud, this 5 isn't a strong 5 for me. There's greatness at work here, from the poetic lyricism to the undercurrent of old-timey sound injections. Fucking church bells? I mean, come on, hell yeah. Thing is, the track just kind of drags on, then peters out. And the decision to put that beginner bass line at the forefront, dancey though it may be, is not a decision which makes for a timeless listen, for me at least.
Out of his 2 big ones, Take Me to Church and Too Sweet, which one do you prefer?
Take Me to Church.
Okay.
Every time.
Okay, I'm just
Literally
curious.
every time.
All right. Well, why don't we move on and get to talking about some Sublime.
So what you're trying to say is I should
roll the intro? Let's do it.
You want the Sublime first?
I do want the Sublime first.
All right.
Let's get started with our first album that we covered by Sublime. This is 40 Ounces to Freedom from 1992. This was my middle album.
Agreed.
I gave it 2 5s out of 22 tracks.
6.
My top track was KRS 1.
Scarlet Begonias.
And my bottom track was Thanks.
Agreed.
This fast-paced, gritty punk ska alternative rap band takes inspiration from the California scene. Music like this is all about breaking rules and invoking rebellion, leaning hard into their punk roots. My complaint is songs can run together and be a little bit too hard to differentiate from. I can't tell when one song ends and another begins.
Yeah, I feel that. This debut is rough, but also brimming with talent so obvious it almost hurts to critique. It's a wild blend of Jamaican punk rock that sounds like it was recorded in the gutter. The band is equal parts jam and melodically brilliant. Mostly it's the lyrics which feel a bit too stream of consciousness for me to call this a classic.
Moving on to the next album, it's Sublime from 1996. This was my top album.
Agreed.
I gave it 6 5s out of 17 tracks.
16.
My top track was Doin' Time.
April 29th, 1992.
And my bottom track was Paddle Out.
Agreed.
Here they really lean into the ska roots. It's all about the vibes the music invokes. And while the vibes are nice, I fear that because there are so many things happening at once, that maybe they're half-assing several different inspirations. Too fast-paced punk for me. Give me more of the chill.
This disc is much more lyrically grounded and musically intentional than the debut. Its sound and subject matter remain surprisingly unique nearly 3 decades after its release. It would be the crown jewel in most any group's discography, which makes it all the more sad that their lead singer didn't live to see its success.
Mm-hmm. The last album that we're going to cover by Sublime was Secondhand Smoke from 1997. This was my bottom album.
Agreed.
I gave it 1/5 out of 19 tracks.
Same.
My top track was Bad Fish.
Saw Red.
And my bottom track was Thanks, Dub, instrumental.
My bottom track was Had a DAT.
A very rough recording for Noel's last album. A lot of this seems very lackluster as far as song structure, but you can tell they're trying. Whether it be different musical inspirations or vocal styles, they're trying. But as far as quality, it's for sure lacking. Trying more of a scat jazz thing here. We've heard a lot here, but just redone in a new way.
This compilation is pretty far removed from greatness. It feels like B-sides and demos you'd expect from the debut album. Most of its best parts are the instrumentals, but even those aren't must-hear tracks. Being a label-forced outing, none of this surprises me. What's odd is that some of this would have solid listenability in the hands of the right producers. That's not what we got, though. Peep the Gwen Stefani duet track, then forget this disc exists.
Deemed a quintessential stoner band, Bradley Noel, who is the lead singer of Sublime, took his reggae inspirations after visiting the Virgin Islands. He also died in 1996 after a heroin overdose.
A few months before the self-titled album came out.
Yeah, I know.
So brutal.
Heavily influenced by music like Bob Marley, Beastie Boys, and Public Enemy. They're often compared a lot to the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Nirvana, who were also popular at the time. And they even announced a Reefer's Cannabis line in 2023. So they're starting that venture of business. So
they've also regrouped, from what I understand, recently with Bradley's son.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah,
wow.
I think that happened this year that announcement was made. Their music makes me feel like I'm high on the beach while the world falls to pieces.
Okay.
Do you have anything else?
No.
Nothing else?
I got it all out.
Okay. I figured, maybe we were going to talk about the dog. No, we're going to...
The dog on the album cover? Shane, you're so stupid.
You missed a lot.
The dog? Oh, God. I don't even know what the fuck is going on right now. I'm a dog.
Lou Dog? You covered this artist and completely missed all the Lou Dog stuff?
Please, educate me.
No, they got a dog from an old dude, and he was like the mascot for the band.
The black and white one.
They mention him numerous times in certain songs. Okay.
Sorry.
So here's my spiel at the end. I'll always be curious what this group would have amounted to if not for a heroin overdose, because that self-titled album is one of those discs which will always rank among the greatest for me. Sublime was like a mix of Sugar Ray, Cottonmouth Kings, Bob Marley, No Doubt, and Red Hot Chili Peppers. But at least we got what we have. Now, the real question we'll have to answer here someday is how their sophomore album, Robin the Hood, stacks up against the other 2 studio albums. Looking forward to that.
All right. Are you ready to...
Take a break?
Yeah.
Yes. So what you picked was songs to skateboard to.
Yes, because I went through a phase. I thought, it's season of me. We can't not acknowledge the elephant in the room.
Some of your playlists have been very fitting for the artist in question. I've
been trying to do that. That has been intentional. I may deviate from that a little bit over the next 2
shit happens
episodes, but it's still going to be fun.
Tell me a story about songs to skateboard to.
So I don't necessarily have a story, but I am going to do this off the cuff. So my song is going to be The United States of Whatever by Liam Lynch. And I just have realized more and more the older that I get that it is okay to tell people no and not pick up your phone when they call. And it is no reflection of how, of me being a bad person. And I'm just kind of adopted when I see fit. a new attitude of, yeah, whatever. So.
Okay. I went with Brother from Dark New Day. This song came out shortly after my family left the trailer park in which I mostly grew up, and it's always reminded me quite a lot of those final years there. The game consoles being put down in favor of dates and jobs, bikes and skateboards being turned in for car keys, no longer caring about being home before the sunset. Loud music, liquor, and weed replacing Disney movies and scary storytelling. Above all, it's seeing those people I cared about as they were then, and now knowing I'll always see them like that in my head, no matter how much time goes by. I made this huge playlist with Tony Hawk games in mind, remembering how I always wished we'd grown up with something like those California skate parks to go crazy in. But listening to songs like these keeps me reminded that I never needed a skate park because myself and those I grew up with had something so much better.
All right. Well, let's continue this ride back into time and let's get to talking about No Doubt.
We can do the do.
We can do the do.
Here we come, Gwen.
I don't like that.
What do I sound like, a simp or something?
Here I come, Gwen.
I said we.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
You made it creepy.
It was creepy.
It feels creepy to me just because
take a poll.
I've already given a Gwen Stefani duet a top track on this episode.
I couldn't.
I loved it.
I didn't.
Go ahead. Drive the bus.
I keep telling you, it's a disco big rig.
Okay. Drive the...
Starsky and Hutch, man.
Disco big rig. Okay.
The Starsky and Hutch movie.
I haven't
watch
seen
that.
it.
Okay, you should watch it. It's good.
You love them car movies, don't you? It's who you're with. You just have to watch every car movie.
They're good.
Okay.
I have least favorite Fast and the Furious movies. They're not all good. They're not all amazing.
Okay.
I haven't even seen like the last 3.
Sound like you're trying to sell me on like Mary Kay makeup is the bomb. Okay.
I ain't trying to convince you of shit. Anyway, the first album that we covered by No Doubt is Tragic Kingdom from 1995. This was my middle album.
Agreed.
I gave it 7 5s out of 14 tracks.
13.
Oh.
Close.
My top track was Sunday Morning.
Agreed.
It's a good one. And my bottom track was You Can Do It.
Hey You.
This pop punk with a ska twist spews degenerate girl power in the 90s. Dust off the Steve Maddens and your long skirt, because No Doubt's third studio album brings teenage trailer park California dreams in the form of a fun, mostly upbeat summer anthem. Stefani's vocal style is the most recognizable aspect of the band's aesthetic, and here she's on full display.
This disc is one of the best amalgamations of 90s genre blending you can expect to find. It's both energetic alternative and Spice Girls-esque pop while also delivering the punk and reggae flair present in much of ska's better moments. And underpinning the tight melodic instrumentation and solid production is Stefani's uniquely gruff and warbling vocals. Certain tracks don't punch emotionally, but that's my only critique.
Moving on, we covered Return to Saturn from 2000. This is my top album.
Agreed.
I gave it 8 5s out of 15 tracks.
I gave it 15 5s out of 15 tracks. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. I was so distracted. My apologies, sir. Moving on to our top tracks. My top track is new, but I do want to say I want to give an honorable mention to Simple Kind of Life. I've always loved that song.
See, and I'm torn between Dark Blue and Comforting Lie.
Okay, wow. My bottom track was Staring Problem.
6 Feet Under.
This more angsty and sexually awoken direction holds more vulnerability towards its lead singer, who expresses not only female rage here, but even seemingly realistic or unrealistic expectations for a life she may never have. The drums are beginning to act as a guide throughout this trip around the cosmos, and they are a tight, well-oiled machine. With this album, Stefani became the new it girl of rock. This, in fact, was a concept album, and this is a more space-age reggae direction for their music.
While I don't think this disc is as melodically novel as its predecessor, the darkly emotional approach to the material makes it the one I turn to for comfort most often. The shift in tone was also achieved without the band losing a step. You'll notice the lacking horns, etc. here versus Tragic Kingdom, but this album never shies away from honesty regarding relationship woes.
Moving on to the last album that we covered by No Doubt. It was Rock Steady from 2001. This was my bottom album.
I agree.
I gave it 5 5s out of 13 tracks.
8.
My top track was Running.
I was torn between Running and Platinum Blonde Life.
And my bottom track was Intro.
Same.
This sexy party rock is exactly what you would think that might be playing at a horny frat house party in the middle of summer. For some reason, I'm constantly associating No Doubt with heat. Must mean this music is hot. Here they added more island inspiration. Some people would call this cultural appropriation, but I will let you be the judge. In addition, Stefani's ex, Gavin Rosdale, is he's the lead singer of Bush, right? Or the lead guitarist?
Yes.
He's the lead singer and the lead guitarist. And she's actually currently married to Blake Shelton. Yes, Blake Shelton. Old Red Blake Shelton.
Yeah,
Still
makes
perplexes
sense out
me.
of that one, yeah.
Like I said, on this album, the music makes me feel like I'm a preteen in the 90s, spending a hot summer day outside trying to get my tan just right.
I think she also dated the bassist from their band.
She did
for
that.
years.
Yes. She was with him during Tragic Kingdom.
Yeah.
And then they broke up and returned to Saturn. Yes. Tony is his name.
This is a forward-thinking homage to 70s, 80s, and 90s pop. While nothing here is bad, and there are more gems to be had than the radio hits most will know, it's pretty mellow throughout, and will not offer much of anything to pop haters looking for old school No Doubt. The sound is unique, themes are reliably stuck to, and I feel like the disc is still influencing the pop genre, but the band's too hidden in neat effects for me to love this, and dancey island vibes don't appeal greatly to me either. Commendable effort, though.
I wanted to correct myself. Tragic Kingdom was written amidst the breakup between Stefani and Tony, the bassist, and still they somehow made music together. Tragic Kingdom sold over 6 million copies. The album named Tragic Kingdom is actually a play on Disney's Magic Kingdom. And Stefani's brother, who actually helped write the band's lyrics, left halfway through to do animation on shows like The Simpsons.
Yeah,
So
I remember that.
yeah, congratulations to him. And I'm glad everything worked out. But they formed the band in 1986. They have very creative music videos. If you ever get the chance to watch some of them, they're pretty entertaining. A lot of the albums from Return to Saturn I really liked. And they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2019.
Their music makes me feel like I'm partying with my dream girl. I want to say, I don't give compliments to you very often. I'm going to give you a compliment for picking among Tragic Kingdom's wild list of good songs to choose from. Sunday Morning. I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk super positively about that song. And it's always been like my favorite fucking No Doubt song. I love that song. Even though the trajectory of this group is not what I once imagined it would be, essentially creeping ever closer to electropop before Stefani took things into her solo hands, I'm glad for the music they made nonetheless. Each of the albums we covered can stand on their own legs apart from one another. And being able to pick and choose among them depending on your mood isn't the sort of skill provided by flash-in-a-pan talent. For this reason, I suspect there's more to come from this lot.
Mm-hmm. I think they have reunited.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Well,
it's funny that you say that because I believe they have just reunited for a tour. And I think they're going to start making new music again. Because, you know, Stefani and Shelton are done with The Voice, I think. They're done with that. She's done with doing her residency in Las Vegas. I know that because I went to college with the guy that's her trainer. Anyway. I do. I follow him on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. But yeah, I think they're going to start getting some new stuff going. And, you know, it's been enough time with her and Tony. Tony's got his own family. She's got her own family. So now it's time to focus, but at the same time, I worry that we may need that drama.
Oh, I'm telling you, if that's real, if they're back together and making music, buckle up. Because we are about to get... No, I ain't saying nothing like that. I'm saying we're about to get some amazing music.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I thought you meant, oh no, sparks are going to fly again. I'm like, no, Shane.
Nope.
We're past that. We're adults now.
No Doubt one for me, by the way.
No Doubt one for me as well. 25s to 9.
Yeah. I could give you my numbers, but you did pick a compilation for one of the Sublime albums.
I did.
I think No Doubt still would have come out on top.
Thank you for letting me do my own thing this season.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate
make fun
you
of it.
mentioning it and making fun of it, but also simultaneously allowing me to do it.
Yeah, I'm letting you do your thing.
Or being cool with it. Maybe not allowing. You're cool with it. You're not giving me any pushback. I appreciate that as a partner.
Yeah, it's really tough. Winner, loser here, because like I said before, Sublime's self-titled album, that's one of those albums you just never forget hearing, ever. Mm-hmm. You could probably say that to a degree about Tragic Kingdom or Return to Saturn. It's just different. I don't completely know how to explain. So the verses doesn't exactly work in my head, but No Doubt ultimately wins.
You just end it there. No Doubt ultimately wins.
Okay, so you are now going to hit me with... I'm always nervous.
You shouldn't be too nervous. You shouldn't be too nervous.
Yeah, okay.
You should be happy about this next
here's
episode.
The thing.
I promise.
So far, you've been hitting with things that I haven't minded or that I like. You know, straight away, like artists. Oh, I like those artists.
Raven's got decent taste.
Which I feel, part of me feels like she's trying to prove herself or something. And there's another part of me that's like, it's coming. It's whatever it is.
Maybe I'm leaving it for the special.
It's fucking coming. So what's coming next? Because I don't know.
All I'm going to ask, just one simple question. Do you trust me?
No.
Because next episode, we're going to be listening to Goody Mob versus Outkast.
Okay.
The albums that we're going to be covering by Goody Mob is Soul Food from 1995, Still Standing from 1998,
and World Party.
And
now
from 1999.
Let me judge you. What did you pick? Oh God. I'm scared.
From Outkast, I picked AT-Aliens from 1996.
Uh-huh.
I can never pronounce this one since I was a kid.
Equimini?
Yes,
Stankonia?
Equimini. Okay. From 1998 and Stankonia from 2000.
Okay.
I had to leave off Speakerbox and The Love Below.
You had to?
It's a double album.
We've done it in the past.
I know, but...
It's a courtesy. I appreciate you, but
I know,
at the same time...
But best believe, spoiler alert, it's going on our Battle of the Bands.
All right, so at some point to be covered in the future.
Maybe.
But...
Maybe. It's going to come up again, because I really want to cover that album, Shane. I love that album. I especially love... If I had to pick, I honestly thought about picking the Love Below disc and us covering that over AT-Aliens.
See, I will say that...
But...
Were you just talking about that lone disc?
Yes, it's a 2-disc. It's
I know. I'm
Speakerbox,
saying
Love Below, and it's just one album. Okay. It's a double disc, though. I'm not going to do that to you.
You're not saying the double disc. I almost picked the double disc. You're saying I almost picked the Love Below, and I'm like, are you showing your hand ahead of time? Because the longer time has gone on, it's been we're going to shut up for now. Suddenly, my hell season has turned into a nice float down the river. So we'll see you in a month for Outkast and Goody Mob, correct?
Yes. No, hand me that outro.
Oh, yeah, I need some words, and I need to...
Yeah.
You know what? I'm Joe Biden when I speak, and you're Joe Biden when you read. How about that? It's the very bottom.
Sure. Even though I can't speak for shit either. Thanks. Well, that's going to do it for now. Hit up our playlists. Visit our shop. Come find us online to get your voice on the show. And until next time, fill your world with music.
And here's to being high on the beach while the world falls to pieces and you're partying with your dream girl.
Hey, Shane, I got a spoiler for you. I'm your dream girl's dream girl.
We came, Gwen.
Oh, God. Goodbye.
I'll just make it worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
You stop. So stupid.